Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. When I was younger, I never understood why my grandfather loved sitting on the porch every evening, quietly watching the world go by. I used to think silence meant nothing was happening, but with time, I learned that silence is where the soul speaks the loudest. My grandfather, an 83-year-old man with gentle eyes and hands shaped by a lifetime of work, carried stories inside him that I didn't appreciate until much later. Now, looking back, I realized those moments, those quiet conversations, became some of the most important lessons I would ever receive. He didn't teach through long speeches or complicated advice. Instead, he spoke in simple truths, the kind that stay with you when life tests your patience, your courage, and your strength. He told me that life isn't meant to be rushed. Slow down, he'd say, because if you blink too long, the things worth loving will pass you by. At the time, I didn't understand. I believed life was a race. Faster meant better. Success meant speed. But he knew better. He had lived long enough to see people chase everything and still feel empty. And he had lived long enough to know that the moments we cherish most are the ones we take time to feel. He taught me to put the phone down, breathe the evening air, listen to the sound of wind brushing against the trees, and let myself be fully present. And now, in a world that moves faster than we can think, that lesson feels more valuable than ever. I remember asking him once how he stayed so calm through everything, through pain, through loss, through years that didn't always go his way. He smiled, looked at the horizon, and said, "Because worrying doesn't stop tomorrow from coming, and fear doesn't change the ending. But faith changes how you walk through it." He didn't mean faith only in a religious sense. He meant faith in life, faith in yourself, faith in the idea that no matter how heavy things get, you are meant to keep going. He believed every hardship teaches you something, and every chapter, even the painful ones, has its purpose. He used to tell me that kindness is the greatest currency we have. Not money, not success, not followers, kindness. He believed that how you treat people when you have nothing to gain says everything about who you are. He said the world remembers gentle souls more than loud ones, and compassion leaves an imprint on others long after you forget the moment. I didn't fully understand this until I grew older and saw how a single kind gesture could pull someone back from a dark place. My grandfather wasn't perfect, but he tried every single day to leave people better than he found them. And that, he told me, is how you build a meaningful life. One evening, I asked him if he ever regretted anything. He took a long breath, one of those breaths that feels like it carries years of memories, and said, "I regret the times I stayed quiet when my heart wanted to speak. I regret all the I love yous I kept inside, all the apologies I never gave, all the dreams I postponed because I thought I had more time." That moment changed me. It made me realize how often we behave as if life is guaranteed. We save our appreciation for later, our affection for later, our courage for later, but later doesn't always come. He taught me to say the words now, love the people now, take the chances now, because time is precious, and once lost, it never returns. He believed deeply in forgiveness, not because people always deserved it, but because you deserved peace. He said holding on to anger was like carrying a stone in your pocket. It only gets heavier with time. He'd tell me that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing to unclench your heart so you can move forward without the past chaining you down. And the older I get, the more I realize how healing that truth really is. My grandfather also taught me the power of gratitude. He wrote down 3 blessings every morning, even in his 80s. Some days, the blessings were simple: warm coffee, a sunny morning, a call from a friend. Other days, they were harder to find, but he always searched for them. He taught me that gratitude is not about ignoring your struggles. It's about remembering that even in darkness, there is still light. And when you learn to count what you have instead of what you lack, your life transforms in ways you never imagined. One of his most beautiful lessons was about love. He said love isn't found in big, dramatic gestures. It's found in the small, consistent acts. It's in listening without judgment, in showing up on hard days, in remembering birthdays, in cheering for people when they can't cheer for themselves. He believed love grows in the everyday moments, not the occasional grand ones. And if you nurture it, if you water it, it becomes one of the greatest sources of strength you'll ever have. He also told me that mistakes don't define you. He had made plenty in his low,